What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Q2C VR Gamer. Today we are taking a look at the Pimax 8KX. The 8KX has dual 4K displays rendering natively at 3840 by 2160 per eye. The headset also provides a 200-degree field of view, making it as close to real-life vision as possible. All this power does come at a cost from your wallet and from your computer. And we'll take a look at that later on in our series of videos that we're going to be doing about the 8KX. Today, we're going to focus mainly on the unboxing of the product. We're going to take a look at it, see what it feels like, see what it looks like to put on your head, see what it feels like to put on your head and how it's weighted. And then later on, we're going to do some gameplay videos and really deep dive into this headset and see if this is something that we should be looking at to use as our daily driver in the coming months and years. All right, guys, let's get this thing open. I'm really excited to look at it. It's been a long time. Let's go. All right, guys, let's open the box, right? This is coming directly from Pimax. I'd like to say thank you to Pimax for sending this for me to review. This is not sponsored by Pimax anyway. This will be my true impressions of the headset. I have no responsibility to Pimax in any way, but I'll say thank you for sending it to me, and I'll give you guys my honest impression of the headset. So basically, it did come shipped directly to me from Amazon because they do sell them directly through Amazon, and they also sell them directly through their own website as well. I have not opened this in any way so far, so we are going to be taking a look at this for the first time together. All right. Okay, let's get into this. All right. Okay, it does come in a nice cardboard box. Very hard case. You're going to want this protected pretty well, you know, in shipping. So it's nice to have something like this. All right, let's see how this baby opens up. All right, let's see. I think it opens up right from the front here, right from here. Nice. Okay, basically what we see here, we got some writing that says, your vision is your world. Nice. And here we go. Got some foam packing here on the top, just to make sure the headset doesn't move around in its case. And then I can see already we've got some ear cups for the headphones. We've got an instruction manual from Pimax. And then looks like we have the headset itself. Extremely nice packaging. I mean this is not a cheap headset, so I expect it to have decent packaging, but it's really sharp. And I've got a valve index, and I can say the packaging, while smaller than the box the valve index came with, because I had the base stations and the controllers and everything, comparable in quality-wise to the boxing and the and that you would get from you know, from a high-quality headset. All right, so let's remove the box here from the table. Okay, and here we have the Pimax 8KX. This thing is huge. It's amazing. I can see why it has 200-degree field of view. I mean, look at the front of this headset. It's huge. You know, comparative to, you know, a Quest 2, this thing's really big, which I think what I'll do later here in the video is I'll actually grab my Quest 2 and we'll do a comparison side by side to see how big it is. And I'll grab my my index as well, and we'll give it a little comparison of size-wise to the two. First impressions really quick, I can tell you. It's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. You would see the size of this headset and you would think, man, it's going to be really chunky and heavy, and it's really not. And until I really get it all unpackaged, I don't want to hold my thoughts, but I'm just kind of holding it balance-wise, and you'd think it would be extremely front-heavy here, and it's really not. Like I said, I got to get everything opened up here, but I'm a little bit surprised right off the bat by the balance of weight between the front and the back. All right, let's looks like we have a piece of like cardboard in here kind of holding everything together. And we're going to have to like pull the strap off a little bit to get that out. And basically, it's the wire it's the wire holder as well. So you've got all your wires to run everything to this. All right, let's close this back up. Okay, let's take a look at some of the cords here. Nice Velcro strap here, keeping all your cords together. And then we have a lot of wires. This is... Whew. Not any more than I would say with my Index, though, because the Index has a single wire coming off the headset that runs into another plug that has a dual end on it. So this is going to have a 3-input end on it that we'll have to take a look at. I do like the way they do the cord here, and they kind of wrap the cord around this little cardboard thing. Just keeps everything uniform when it's in the box. All right, and there's the headset. They give you quite a bit of cable. So when you're going to be moving around or you're going to use a pulley system with this, you've got quite a bit of cable. And then here they do give you a junction here. So you do have one main cord heading off of the headset itself that goes into a junction where your three inputs come off of. Basically just like the Index. All right, looks like you do have your audio solution here. You've got some audio jacks and input cables right here that are kind of snaked around the headset on each side. You do have these nice headphones here. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling the front of this already. It's like a rubber material almost. So you think it would be like a hard plastic material, but it's more like a almost like a rubbery material. It looks like it could definitely be something that would take a little bit of, a little bit of abuse. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're going to break easily. Does look like a power button right here on the top. And then I don't know if those are volume buttons, but it looks like you have an up and a down. We'll have to see what those exactly are. All right, so right off the bat, I can see that the headset does have a pivot point with the head strap. So you can see there's a pivot point, so you can actually lift up on the head strap, which I do like. Looks like you have 2 foam facial interfaces. Not crazy right off the bat about the type of foam interface, but I'll have to check them out to give them a try. Holy crap, look at the size of these lenses. These are the biggest lenses I have ever seen. All right, I need to take this interface off. And I don't know. All right, let's pop the facial interface off to take a look at these lenses because they are huge. All right, facial interface. You can see it has a huge head pad, like a forehead pad. I've never seen one that large. I mean, look how big that is right here. This amount of space. Usually, it's fairly smaller. But it's a fairly basic pad, just a basic foam. So I'll have to check it out. We'll reserve judgment until I get it on my face, but definitely I would probably want some type of facial interface replacement on that. I don't think I would really prefer that, especially you don't want to be sweating into something like this, and you can sweat easily in VR. So, all right, so you guys got to see these lenses. They're crazy. I've never seen anything this big. Look at the size of these lenses. Look at this. That is insane. They are so big. Look at that. Look at that in the big camera. They are crazy. The field of view, I really cannot wait to get this thing on. The field of view in this thing is going to be insane. I really got to break the Quest out so we can look at the Quest, the size of the Quest lenses compared to the size of these lenses. This is going to be crazy. All right. I do like the build of the strap already. I've got to get it on to see what it feels like, but it's got this little piece on the bottom and then on the back that kind of wraps down, and it almost feels like it would kind of go. It looks like it would kind of go around the back of your skull a little bit, and I kind of like the way that pivots there. It's kind of nice. So we'll just take a look. But again, right off the bat, the the weight, I'm surprised. It's nowhere near as heavy as I thought it would be. Okay, before we do some lens comparison, let's put the earmuff cups on for the audio solution. I assume these just snap on. They do. Snap on. I did see that you can use them with or without, however way you choose to use them. But they just snap on really easy. And now you've got a little bit more of a closed ear headphone instead of more of an open. Now, the Valve Index has a more open headphone solution, and it seems like if you decided to pull those on, keep those off, you could do that and do the more open solution. But if you want to be more closed off, they give you the option to basically have them cupped around your ears, which I do like, because sometimes it's nice to be full immersion where you don't hear anything from the outside world. With the Valve Index, the audio solution basically sits over your ears. There's nothing touching your ears, so you can hear things from the outside world, even though it has the best sound. The Valve Index has the best sound of any headset I've seen. Until we check this one, I'm curious to see what the comparison is. All right, before we do anything else, let's grab a couple of headsets. I'm really curious to see what the lenses look like with this headset compared to like the Quest or the Valve Index. So let's do that. Let's grab those headsets and we'll do a quick comparison, and then we'll move on to getting this thing on my head and seeing what it feels like. All right, let's do that. Okay, let's do a quick comparison with other headsets. Now, I know there's no comparison between a Pimax 8KX and a Quest 2. I'm not doing it to say they should be comparable. I'm curious to see what the difference it looks like between the size of the lenses and the size of the headset comparatively. I just think it would be interesting to take a look at. I'm not in any way comparing them or thinking that you should be comparing the Quest 2 with the Pimax 8KX. It's basically apples and oranges, but let's take a look and get an idea of what it looks like, okay? So we have our Pimax 8KX. We're just gonna move that here. And here, we have my Quest 2, okay? So, size-wise, front to back, not much difference, but it's side to side where you're going to see the huge difference. So let's just take a quick look like this. Let's do it like this. All right. Quest 2, Pimax 8KX. It's crazy. The size of the front of the headset, it's basically a half. It's basically a half of the 8KX. So if you kind of like put the 8KX like this, it's really about half. So that and that's all lenses basically. So yeah, the size wise, this thing is going to be so much bigger on your head. Weight wise, it's definitely lighter. The Quest 2 is lighter, not that much lighter. Not what you would think. You would think this thing would be huge and really heavy, and this would be light and okay. It's not that bad. Kind of surprising. All right, let's take a look at the lenses. All right, so we saw the lenses of the Pimax 8KX just a little while ago. Let's take a look again. Look at these things. They're behemoth. They're huge. And if you're like, okay, Eric, they're pretty big. That's not, nothing big. Take a look at the size of the Quest lenses. So, the field of view is going to be something I've never experienced before, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, again, I'm not comparing Quest 2 to the Pimax 8KX. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of the size of the 8KX lenses and how big these things really are. This is like looking through a binocular. This is like, almost, again, at 200 degrees field of view, you're getting close as possible right now to human vision. All right, let's take a look at the Valve Index compared to the Pimax 8KX. Okay, Pimax 8KX, Valve Index. And again, big difference in size-wise of the front of the headset. Now, the Valve Index has, right now, before the 8KX came out, had one of the bigger field of views that you'll find out there until you really get the Pimax on your head. But let's take a look on top like we did with the others. Again, almost half of the headset. I mean, it's the Index is bigger than the Quest 2, but not by much. And the size-wise of the front of this headset is just humongous. All right, let's take a look at the Valve Index lenses. Now, these are definitely going to be bigger than the Quest 2 lenses. And what we'll do is we'll just pop that off. So you can see the Valve Index does have some pretty big lenses. If you compared the Valve Index to the... If you compared it to the Quest 2, definitely has way bigger lenses than the Quest 2. The Valve Index, the Quest 2. Definitely has bigger lenses. It should. It's got a bigger field of view. And again, you know, we're not comparing, you know, quality of these headsets. You know, the Quest 2 is a $300 headset. This is a, you know, $1,000 headset with the base stations and the controllers. So we're just looking at the lenses to see how big the lenses difference are. Okay. So again, there's the Valve Index. There's the Quest 2. Now let's compare the Valve Index lenses size with the Pimax 8KX. It is crazy. The size difference is just insane between the two. It's probably more than double the size of the lenses, size-wise. I'm just shocked at how big these lenses are. Again, Valve Index, Pimax 8KX. These lenses are enormous. These lenses are huge. Pimax, Valve Index lens sizes. Crazy. Now, one thing I do see differently with the 8KX than the Valve Index is the audio solution on the Valve Index is all the wires are built into the headset. There's no wires on the outside with the Valve Index, and you do have some wiring harnesses here on the outside of this that are kind of plugging into the front of the headset. Nothing big deal, but just a little bit of a difference, and you know, just a little bit more to deal with having the wires kind of hanging out. Again, I'm really impressed with the ergonomics of this headset and the way it feels, and I really like the way that it is hinged here on the side to pivot up and down. It's going to make getting it on and off a lot nicer. So it looks like it does have a route here for this wire that snaps into a piece right here, which is nice. That'll bring the wire to the back of the headset, so it'll run it from here all the way back to the back of the headset, which is nice. Okay, so we're just going to pop the facial interface back on, and it just snaps in really easy, just like any normal facial interface. And I think it's the moment of truth. Let's put this thing on, see what it feels like. Wow. I'm not sure what this thing looks like on me, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, it takes a little it takes a little bit to get dialed in. But once it's on, it feels like any other headset, to be honest with you, to have on. It's not any front heavier. I don't feel any tug, or I don't feel any like real heavy weight on the front. Feels like I'm wearing my Valve Index, to be honest with you. Again, I'm not real crazy about the facial interface. It's a little wobbly side to side if I did this, but damn, how often am I doing this in VR anyway? You know, this is not a headset I'd want to go work out in or something like that, do a workout in, but if I'm just playing normal VR, if I'm moving around in a shooter or, in Half-Life Alyx or something like that, I see no issues wearing this thing ergonomically. It's comfortable, and it is no heavier in feel for me than my Valve Index. So let's compare it. Let me put my Valve Index on so I have a fresh feeling in my head of what the Valve Index feels like, so I can say, yes, it definitely is better, or the same, or whatever. I do have the VR cover facial interface on my Valve Index, so not like, the Valve Index did not come with a great one either, facial interface, and I did have to replace mine. Okay. So, right off the bat, the Index is definitely more comfortable. It's more comfortable to wear because it's not as wide. It's not as wobbly on my head. Now I don't know. I'm sure I could adjust this. I'm sure I could fit this a little bit better and get it way better than it is. But again, it's a bigger headset. You're getting this big, huge field of view. It's going to come at a cost. And I'm not crazily unhappy with the way it felt putting it on for the first time for 2 minutes and not fitting anything in. So I'm sure I could dial this thing in a little bit better and feel a little bit better about it. Let me try it on one more time. It feels pretty good. It feels pretty comfortable, and I've got it dialed in a little bit better now. I've played with it a little bit, and it definitely feels more comfortable. So I think if I keep playing with it, I can really get this thing to where I'm going to be super comfortable inside the headset. So right off the bat, a couple of my concerns with the Pimax 8KX are kind of pushed aside. I was really worried about the weight. I thought it was going to be super heavy. And I was worried about front heaviness. I was worried about the front being so large up here that I was afraid of, having a pull on your head or something like that. I don't feel that here at all. Again, now the Valve Index is a smaller headset side to side, so it does feel a little bit more stable, moving my head side to side. But again, this headset's double the width almost as the Valve Index, so it's going to be a little bit more, a little bit more out of balance side to side. I can live with that 100%. If I'm getting this crazy field of view, and if it's as good as I hope it's going to be, I could live with that because I was completely comfortable in this thing, and I've spent about 10 minutes in it so far. But from what I felt pretty comfortable. So I'm very pleased with that. I love the big head strap. They have a big, wide, huge head strap here that was easily adjustable. It's nice. It says Pimax right here on the top, so a nice touch. This back pad is extremely comfortable. I love this thing. It's got this piece. Let me get in the big camera here. It's got this piece right here that fits really good right on the back of your head, and it kind of cups that spot because you want this low on the back of your head. You don't want it high. Like sometimes I'll wear my Quest high on the back of my head. This one I'm wearing low, so it kind of cups the back of my head, and the way it comes down, it fits really nice. Dial is really nice. This feels like a quality headset, which you would hope for the price. You would feel you get out of the box. You grab it with the weight, with the quality of the material and the way it feels. You would hope that it feels quality, and it does. Everything does so far. So yeah, some of my concerns are definitely put aside already. I don't have a concern about the weight of the headset in any way. I don't have a concern about how comfortable the headset will be to wear. Now again, I got to put some more time into this. I've got maybe 10 minutes inside the headset with it on my head. But right now, I can tell you it feels pretty good. And first impressions is I'm very pleased with the quality, the feel. I really love the front of the headset and the material that they made this out of. This is a strong material that I've been moving this thing around, and I've been putting it on its face, and there's no markings whatsoever here on the front of the headset. It's not like plastic like you would feel from the front of the Quest or the Index. It's almost like I got a rubber finish to it, which is really nice. So it looks like it's got a port here on the bottom. It almost looks like a USB-C cable port. Curious to see what that's all about. Again, I haven't looked at directions. I don't really know yet. I will find out for the next video. We're going to be going through the hands-on and the gameplay, and we're going to plug everything. We're going to show everything, how everything's hooked up. We're going to go through the software, through the Pi tool, which is how you connect this thing to your computer. And we'll take a look at that and we'll figure out what that is. But yeah, it's a nice little port. I don't know, USB-C port right there. And then you do have those controls on the top. Looks like volume control to me, and then it looks like a power button. And looks nice. So you do have, there's a dial right here. I don't know if you can see this. See if I can get it. There's a dial right there that you can swivel. And let's see if we can move it. So yeah, the dial here on the side that we just showed, this dial right here. Let's see if we can get it on camera. Ooh, there we go. That dial right there. Looks like that's your IPD adjustment. So you can slide that to adjust how far the lenses go in and out. And yeah, it moves quite a ways too. Well, I'll find out the exact IPD settings on this and let you guys know for the next video. But nice slider, feels strong. Not moving around, not real loose. It does take a little bit to move, so which is good. So you don't want it moving around after you've used it for a while. The original Quest had that issue. They had an IPD slider on the bottom, and as you used it and as it got a little bit older, the IPD slider got loose, and then when you would move your headset, all of a sudden you'd see your IPD slider adjustment inside your headset, you know, when you're in the middle of a game. So you want that to be a little bit tougher to move, so it doesn't get loose over time. So, all right, guys. So this is the initial unboxing and opening, and you know, first impressions of the Pimax 8KX, and I've got to say, I feel pretty good about it so far. I like the couple of the things that I was really worried about. I've been kind of pushed to the side. I do have a couple other issues that have kind of popped up, but that's common in a new headset. Things that you have to work through. So just in the first impressions of how the headset looks and how it feels, I'm actually very, very happy with it. And I do have good comparisons because I do have a valve index that you've seen that is very comparable in comfort and weight. And you know, when we get into the actual workings of this headset, that's when we'll really get the big comparison of how it works and how it looks, how it functions, how the audio solution is. Those are going to be the key factors. But right now, doing what we're doing for this video, which is the unboxing and the first impressions, I am very pleased with the Pimax 8KX, and this has only gotten me more excited to see exactly what this thing can do, because a couple of my concerns with the comfort and the weight have gone. So now if it can perform the way I hope it can perform, I'm very optimistic as you know, what I'm going to be able to get out of this headset, and the enjoyment I'm going to get out of this headset. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. And we'll have a new one soon. We're going to have more videos. We'll have probably about 2 or 3 more videos going through the workings of the Pimax 8KX to give you in-depth performance of this comparatively to the Oculus Quest, comparatively to the Valve Index and other headsets. So stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming. All right, guys, that's it for me. Have a good one. We'll see you.